Mic check, mic check.
Welcome to Chelsea and Tony Live. Yeah, this episode is brought to you by Squarespace. It's the easiest way to create a beautiful website, blog, or online store for your ideas. Squarespace features an elegant interface, beautiful templates, and incredible 24/7 customer support. So you can try it out at squarespace.com and use the offer code PHOTONEWS.
Yeah, we don't get any money. That just lets them know that you heard about it here.
Yeah, gives you 10% off too.
We do this live show every Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern time in the U.S., New York City time. We look at your pictures in real time. Sometimes we look at portfolios too. We go over photo news, whatever is the latest and greatest stuff. We have a good time. You have to be watching live to submit your photos, but it gives you a chance to send it in and see it reviewed in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
Today, our theme is selfies.
Selfie.
Doesn't have to be, I don't want to see like your smartphone taking a picture in the bathroom mirror or something. Like, put some thought into it, but self-portraits can be just a really powerful way to show off yourself because it's a model you always have.
That's why I end up in a lot of our pictures.
Yeah, because you're there.
I'm there all the time.
It's so hard to coordinate models and whatnot. So you start to, and it teaches you a lot too when you begin modeling. We've both done a substantial part of it just out of necessity. If you don't know how to take a good self-portrait, there's a section in Chapter 6. We didn't have any public videos about it, but there is a video in Chapter 6 of stunning digital photography about it. So hopefully we reviewed that next week.
Spring. The theme is spring. It's not spring for all of you.
Yeah, sorry,
But...
Southern Hemisphere residents.
And I have a question for you people. Do you still, like, if you're Christian,
You people.
do you still celebrate Easter with, like, spring stuff, like daffodils and chicks? Like, how does that work? Anyway.
Yeah, I was thinking those Australians must have like fall leaves and stuff for Easter. It must be.
I don't know how it works.
And I was thinking about daylight savings time too, because they participate in daylight savings time, but
Yeah.
it's like going in the wrong direction for them because they.
It's different, not wrong. Okay? Let's not poo-poo on the Australians.
We've never visited the Southern Hemisphere. We've spent plenty of time right at the equator, but haven't really gone.
I'm afraid to dip down there.
Yeah, who knows what could happen? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Oh, you have a special too.
I have a spring sale, so go to sdp.io/spring and you can get our buying guide and our 7-hour beginning photography videos for $60, normally $125 if both were full price. We get so many gear questions, so we wrote a whole book, and we get like hundreds and hundreds a day, so we can't answer all of them, but the ebook's like $9 if you get it alone. There's a lot of answers there, and like 7 hours of video, that's crazy good. So
yeah, there's other stuff at our store there too if you want to check it out.
Yeah.
Last week I put up a poll and then I forgot to look at the results.
That
I just asked
happens.
what camera do you own, and these are the results. But I was actually surprised. First, we have more Nikon users than Canon users, which is odd because Canon has a pretty substantial lead.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And then I was really shocked that we have so many Sony users. But more than anything, I was
Wow.
shocked that there were that many Pentax users. Who knew there were that many Pentax users out there?
Oh, and you, oh, yeah, I didn't know. I'm surprised we have so many Sony people. I thought they were like trying to burn us at the stake.
Yeah, there are some who apparently don't hate us and do manage to tune in.
How do they do it?
So thanks for trying out the poll. Here's this
another
week's
poll. You are poll crazy.
Yeah, this time I'm actually going to look at it during the course of the live show so we can see the results in real time.
That would be cool.
And then in the future, now that I've worked this out, we can start asking more interesting questions. These are
Like
so
what?
dry. You tell me. Maybe that should be the next poll. What would you like to see us poll people about?
Oh, this is
What's
getting
your favorite type
crazy.
of photography, like portraits or sports or whatever? Check in there, and I will look at the results. I don't know. Oh,
Who won what?
remember we went to the beach, and I took the $100 Pentax KS200,
Yeah, that looked like a lot of work.
and you brought the Nikon D810
Yeah.
with the lens, $4,000, and I tried
Okay.
to take a better, higher quality picture with that super old gear.
Oh, I don't even know the results of this. So let me try to guess.
This is going to be a blind test. So you just
Oh.
tell me which of these pictures you think is technically better, which is sharper.
The one on the right looks sharper Well, they actually both look almost the same. Maybe the one on the right is a hair sharper. Yeah, the one on the right is sharper. That is the Pentax.
That's the Pentax. I won in your face.
Yes,
You said
but
it couldn't be done.
No,
You with
I
your
didn't.
fancy camera.
no, I never said that. But I will say this: I just walked up and was like, "What?" and then walked away, and you were there for 10 minutes, and I got to lounge on the beach. I thought about life. I planned my retirement. Like, you were still there taking that picture.
Yeah, and that was actually the point I was trying to make is in photography, often the expensive gear is just a matter
Buying
of
the
saving you
time?
time. So the D810 takes a great picture in a second, and it took me like 15 minutes at the beach and then an hour in post-processing at least to stitch together this panorama. I used image averaging. There's a whole video coming out about it. But the same holds true for wildlife photography. Like, you could get a big 600 millimeter f4 lens for $15,000 and it would bring you closer to the birds. Or you could get a cheap lens and hide in the bushes and spend a few more hours out there
Or you could
and
spend
take a few
years
thousand more pictures.
befriending the birds.
Yeah, exactly. So I just also wanted to show off, not only did I get more detail out of it, but I got cleaner noise, like less noise, less shadow detail. I basically just whooped you,
I
as
don't
you say
feel
in Texas. I totally whooped you.
I don't feel that way, but I'm glad you do, because you really suffered taking that picture.
You saw I made it a blind test. You picked yourself as the loser. So humiliating.
I do feel humiliated. Who's this man?
Quinn Yuhai was a political, he had a high position in Chinese politics, and
Oh.
he had a photography addiction that wrecked his entire career. This news just came out this week. He had basically been accepting, he was so into photography that companies were giving him photography gear. One company gave him something like $100,000 US dollars worth of photography gear, and then he gave them contracts and stuff.
What a dumbass.
Yes, and it's terrible, but they kind of pieced it together and they raided his house and they found him just like trying to dump camera gear because he had just hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of cameras and lenses and stuff. And in fact, his pictures were kind of all over the city because he'd become well known for his photography. When he was like mayor of a small town and started just taking pictures for the town's like brochures, like
Yeah.
trying to bring in tourism and such, and got just addicted to the process of photography and I guess camera gear
I've
too.
heard of people losing their marriages to photography, but never a whole career.
Yeah. Anyway, he was giving out some kickbacks, and didn't work out well for him in the Communist Party. Just gave him the boot. This is also was a really scary story,
Wow.
but
You're telling some cautionary tales about photography today.
yeah.
This is what can happen if you love photography too much.
This guy is a pilot, a military pilot. He was in a plane, piloting a plane with 200 people in it. And he brings his Nikon along because, as I would too, to take a picture out the window if something comes up because you see cool stuff.
Yes, like
And-
UFOs and
And it just got loose and jammed in between the
Ah.
seat and the control stick.
what's worse?
And the plane plummeted 4,400 feet in 27 seconds. It just did a nosedive.
That sounds exhilarating.
Yeah, and quite a few people on the plane were exhilarating. I guess. I mean, nobody died. Some people were injured in the free fall.
You would have such an adrenaline rush after that. You'd be like, whoa, whoa, I'm awake.
Can you imagine that moment when you pull the camera out and you get the plane back under control? There's got to be a good few seconds where you're like, I'm a hero, and then you realize I'm probably going to be court-martialed or something.
You're like, I'm a dumbass. I almost killed everyone with my camera. And when they got off the plane, I imagine everyone just getting to slap the pilot in the face. Like,
But I have had similar things almost happen. Like,
I believe
I've
it.
kept a camera on my lap, hit the brakes, and had it slide down, and then what can happen is it can get wedged between like the brake pedal and the floorboard.
I have a fear of things getting caught there.
Yeah, I now I just keep the entire like driver compartment free of loose stuff. But I've
That's
had
safe.
stuff slide in. That's a mistake. What really used to happen in older cars, you know, like without power seats and stuff,
Yeah.
is somebody would leave something in the back seat
And it would
and
roll.
you slam in the brakes, and yeah, the bottle would like roll forward and then get stuck under your
People
brake.
died like that.
Yeah.
Wow. We're learning a lot about how photography can kill you.
People die.
People die.
John O'Keefe wants to know if that pilot got the picture.
I certainly hope so, because I will go through to almost any lengths to get a picture. Maybe he just wanted like a cool reaction shot showing the emotions of everybody on board.
It's a long way to go.
Yeah.
Oh, and he had to land early.
Yeah, it seems like they probably could have just gone about their way, but
You know how many
I guess
people soiled
people
themselves?
were hurt on the plane. Yeah.
Oh, they
so
were hurt.
Yeah, they probably had to get them medical care or something.
Damn.
Justin brought in some nips that I'm kind of dying to try.
Justin.
These are
Stop touching Justin's
butterscotch
nips.
Justin, you'll have to jump up and grab yours, or I could toss it to you if you want.
Yeah, sure.
There you go. It says these are his favorite. Dr. McGillicuddy's butterscotch. I see these. Who are the people that are tossing the nips out their windows?
Tony,
Because you always see nips.
are you
empty
unfamiliar
nips
with
along the side of the road.
alcoholics?
You do see that all the time.
Come on, guys. Are you kidding me? You can't be this naive.
Anyway, that's where I figure they must, if they drink that much, they must only choose the best stuff. So whatever I see along the road, I make a mental note. Like, I'll pick up some of that later. It seems like high quality
Oh
stuff.
yeah, I'll pick up an ounce of Dubra.
I always think they must be.
Oh my God, Chelsea Dubra.
They must just be terrible at planning, right? Because you think if you're an alcoholic, you'd buy like a jug of vodka or something, not like a tiny little
What
nip.
is your experience with alcoholism? Because I have some. They're not big planners.
You're a good
No
point.
I want to
offense.
know how many times you can say nips in one episode.
I bet a lot of people didn't know Justin has 3 nips.
I will say, people in other countries don't call these nips. These little bottles are called nips.
What do
I've
they call them?
Made a reference to this before, and people did not know
Let's
what I
guess
was
what the
talking
British call them. Fizzlewatts.
about. A bodily boop.
Bodily boop. That's
I
hilarious.
had a wick of the bodily boop on the way to work today,
You're
and then I
Brit-
chucked it out the old bonnet.
you're- I wish you were British all the time.
Okay, we have so much new camera gear in. We're so far behind in our reviews, but we have the Samsung NX1, and they sent us the 50 to 150 f2.8. This is on loan for us to try out, and I took it to our daughter's soccer game last night.
It
And
was
that thing
awesome.
was awesome. I could not believe it
I was
because
shocked.
I've tried every mirrorless camera, all the big ones. the
Yeah, but you should read the
XT1,
manual
A6000.
first.
This thing, I'm going to do an objective side-by-side test, but I think it might have done better than the 7D Mark II. I think it might have beat the best DSLR out there, but it does 15 frames a second,
Yeah.
and it got stuff in focus.
Yeah, it was
And
good.
it snapped in focus and wasn't frustrating. It was remarkable.
I haven't tried it yet. I'll have to.
It's also
get my hands on
28 megapixels, so it's
it. Whoa.
this is like more megapixels than the Mark III or the 7D Mark II.
Where has that been all my life?
So we'll do some more testing on that. Of course, we have the Nikon D7200, the long time coming replacement for the D7100. It's a minor update, but we're going to give you a full review of it. It's also like a kind of a sports camera, top end APS-C DSLR. And on your left over here, we have the Olympus EM1, which we've reviewed previously, but we got it in so we can compare it against the EM5 Mark II. That's just what's been holding up that particular review. And they sent us a lens that we have not tried, which is the
What is
Olympus 40 to 150
Ooh.
f2.8. So it's kind of the equivalent of like a 75 to 300.
that?
So
Okay.
like lightweight wildlife stuff and general sports. And
Okay. Oh, that's not a thing.
that's not a thing. Okay,
Nah.
maybe
Let's
we
go
should
past that.
let's look at some pictures.
Let's look at pictures.
Maybe somebody else.
Justin, this is delicious. This is like
Yeah.
candy for adults.
I like that.
Good call, Justin.
Glad you like
Oh man, I lost my bookmark here. So somebody else talk. Siobhan, do you have anything?
it.
Siobhan
like, no.
doesn't.
Why?
I know.
I have so many things to do at the same time. There's
I know.
a million selfies here. Um,
Oh no, that's not it. Sorry,
This is all.
I always
Tony's
import
fault.
from the same thing. Oh, here we go. Wait, I think I found it.
Kyle Wolf says that most of his dad's paycheck is spent on Leica gear. He'll probably be single soon.
Leica too. That's very fancy,
Damn.
Kyle Wolf. Your dad's a fancy man. Leica camera. It was the M monochrome, like a $10,000 black and white camera, And they feel nice. It was a beautiful camera, but the money I'd have to make to justify that purchase, I don't know what it would be. Tony, are you okay? I worry about you. This is out of character.
Yeah, I have to. We have the files automatically importing into a particular folder, and I have to actually find where that is. Okay.
We should take
Here we go.
suggestions on the theme for not next week, but the following week's theme. So if anyone has any ideas, you can tell us. Maybe we'll listen if they're good.
Yeah, that would be a great idea for a poll.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, I got that sorted out.
All right, let's go.
Here are your selfies.
Dang, this man's suave as heck.
Yeah, that's a really cool shot. I love the color balance.
Yeah.
I don't know if it looks like maybe he gelled flashes. That would be my guess because I don't think that kind of thing would happen naturally. But yeah, he does look suave.
He's suave. I like it.
Nicely done. Okay, zoom back.
We
here a little
have
bit.
viewers this beautiful.
Why
I
is it-
did not even know.
Okay.
It's a great selfie.
Yeah.
And you know what else? I'm impressed that she got herself in focus, because it's really hard to get yourself in focus when taking a selfie. So good job.
It must have been really low light though, because she's at ISO 2000 and it kind of shows. It's not too bothersome. It ends up being a little grainy, but because it's in black and white, it feels natural. But you nailed the head pose. Kind
Yeah.
of nice little like 7/8 there and nice head tilt. So that kind of posing work is really important. And
Yeah.
especially it's good to know your own angles because then you can kind of direct other people. Nicely done.
Yeah, very nice.
Ah,
Ooh.
a creative take on
Ooh. I bet you were driving.
it.
You're a dangerous man.
It was wild. Yeah, that's a really creative angle. I like to find interesting mirrors to kind of take natural, candid pictures of yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
And went ahead and included the camera. I feel weird drinking out of a nip, but somehow that feels different than just drinking
I
a
feel
beer.
dirty.
Yeah, it does.
This is a really cool one. I don't even know what he's holding, but it makes for a very interesting picture. I love it.
It's some sort of mirrored ball, right? Christmas
Mirrored
ornament maybe, or
Yes.
yeah, and he's like laying on the ground, but it gives you that kind of like tiny world perspective.
Yeah, it's cool.
Very cool idea. Great setup.
Do you know what it's like for onlookers when you're taking a picture like that? They're just like, look at this kid laying on the ground, taking pictures of a ball. I always think that when I'm taking a picture.
Well, I don't see any onlookers.
He killed them all.
Yeah, it would do wonders for our photography if we weren't so self-conscious about taking
I
pictures
used
in
to be
public.
more self-conscious.
Yeah, I've somewhat gotten over it myself.
I don't really care anymore. Okay. This is a nice family selfie.
Yeah, cool spot too, and it's kind of unconventional in that they're looking at each other, but I really like that a lot.
How do they do that? Like, how do you get your whole family to cooperate for a picture like that? This family has got it together.
Yeah, especially two kids that played along.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
processing on it too. I like the work on the sky, and the house just looks great.
This is nice seeing our viewers.
Yeah, that is kind of a nice side effect. We get a better
Well,
idea of who our viewers actually
This
are.
viewer has a nip of his own. I like it. Very tough. What does this tattoo say?
I don't know. Sure, somebody will translate that for us.
Yeah.
I like the way he composed the background at the rule of thirds, like the horizon here. That kind of thing can be really difficult. And he also like cropped it pretty nicely. Now, I have to ask, like, are the bottoms of his pants and his shoes all that important, or maybe it'd be a little better to just get in a little. What do you think? Tom?
Crop.
What, Siobhan?
What you got, Sean?
I was just saying crop
Crop
for
it.
everyone playing
Crop,
along at
crop,
home.
crop it.
Um,
I like the crop because the focus is supposed to be on the words, so they should be somewhat readable.
Yeah, I do feel like the tattoo is a key part of the subject.
Does he
It's kind of
remind
the first
you
place your eye goes.
Of a badass Jamie, Liz's husband.
Yeah, somebody nobody knows. watching the show.
You know what?
but
Sometimes you
a
gotta
friend of ours,
just
he looks
say
like.
stuff for yourself.
And
You look
why are you
something.
saying?
Hey,
like,
they're featured prominently in the Lightroom book.
Yes, they are.
That's true.
They're in the
Jamie,
wedding
the young
chapter.
man from the wedding pictures in the Lightroom book.
That's not Justin.
Um, One critique is that you're shooting this at 28 millimeters, which is unusual for a portrait. And because it's so wide angle, it's kind of stretching out your proportions a little bit. The camera was a little bit down low to the ground, so it made, maybe it's deliberate, but it kind of made your legs like super long.
That's
and almost
cool. I
cartoonish.
think I might use that so I look all long and leggy.
It is a way to make somebody look like they have longer legs, is to shoot wide angle and get kind of low. So if you did it deliberately, great call.
Uh-oh. This man is handsome as heck, but I gotta bring up the exposure a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like you did it deliberately, but I also feel like that was a mistake. I feel like in a low-key portrait, in a dark portrait, you need some part that's white still, or it's not grounded. It just looks muddy and washed out. So yeah, you
Got
need
the little
that
white.
catch light, that just a touch of the eyes to be bright white, and then the rest can fall off steeply. But you really never see, like if you watch movies or television, you'll never see a good production that just has everything in the left half of the histogram. There's always, even in night scenes, there's always something that's bright white.
That's
light.
a hot tip.
Yeah. Just check
a
out
hot
that
tip.
histogram, put something over here on the right.
But I think that did it. Just a little boost.
How do you feel about the crop? It's unusual to crop into the chin.
I like it. We don't
Yeah.
know what's going on under there either. So I usually trust the crop with something like that.
You feel like he's got some sort of chin problem that he was hiding?
Yeah.
Or maybe he has no chin, maybe he has no neck. It goes right into his shoulders, like No Neck Joe.
I was thinking more like, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but I just...
Did anybody out there get the No Neck Joe reference?
No,
wonder.
that's one of those weird references you always talk about, and I just pretend I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you just moved right along. No Neck Joe.
So this man has got it going on. Am I right or am I right? Let's look. He's very thoughtful. He's got nice glasses.
Yeah, those glasses are dope. I like his watch too.
Yeah, he's hooked up.
I wish
I
they
wish
were
he were
cropped just a
sitting
little
on the
lower.
crop.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like sitting on it. It's like
it's almost something surreal, like he's going outside of the frame.
yeah, I feel like he's like here. Okay.
One tip with selfies is to shoot wider angle and then plan to crop later because it's hard to position yourself in the frame.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're going a little
I'm
fancy
just
with the
going a
processing.
little warmer with it because it's like a, I don't know. I don't really know. I just feel like he looks like he's trying to be in a magazine, so we should really play that up. Maybe
Yeah,
a
you're
meaningful
helping to
quote
support the
over
mood.
here.
You're right that it almost looks like a magazine layout because he's left space for text.
Yes. I'd say like, yeah.
Yeah.
Inspirational quote needed.
Yeah, so you might, it is in fact a little bit unbalanced because of all that negative space. So if there
Yeah.
was a plan to put some text in there, that's great. Otherwise, you might have composed it a little bit differently. Or, you know,
I like
put
the
sun
negative
there.
space, actually. This one is a little freaky deaky. I'm not going to lie about that.
This is what the iPad mini looks like at ISO 1000.
Okay.
Okay, this guy's intense.
I'd put it in black and white.
Yeah, you felt yourself. Now it just looks like a horror movie. It looks
Yeah,
scary.
it's very scary.
It went from being fun to
It's
scary.
also, there's no white in it. Okay.
Well, take it on the iPad.
This one's nice. You took this of yourself? I wonder what he's looking at.
Yeah, that is thoughtful. He
like,
really thought about his pose. I found myself distracted by the logo and the bright yellow.
Part of the story. Because I think he's looking at like a mountain because of this. But
Yeah,
if that
you're
weren't
right. I
there,
thought the
it's
same
just
thing.
like, why are you outside pondering? Okay, you did it, reader, viewer.
Wow.
We've seen this picture before, but I still like it.
Oh,
but
really?
You're really recycling. He's going green.
I don't remember the picture, but I like the shot a lot.
What?
I'm just. I'm
He's
just
rendered you
pondering. Yeah,
speechless?
I was kind of thinking about a crop there too. Yeah, I think even just cloning out his arm completely might help and just make it him in the ball, but I don't know. I guess it's subjective. Maybe you like his arm in there.
But what do we know? We're just doing
Anyway.
this.
I like that shot.
We're not even really photographers. This is Kyle. Everybody, this is Kyle.
Kyle Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know Kyle.
He's a sweet guy, and I like your selfie. Maybe bring up the shadows a little. Gotta do something.
Yeah, and it's a little dead center. It can be really hard to compose yourself in the frame for a selfie, which is why I say shoot wide and crop later.
Yeah.
Yeah, put him in the left third of the frame since his body is facing over to the right.
You'd want it.
Yeah, maybe there is still room to kind of crop it and slide him over a little bit. Well, now he's still dead center, but we don't really have room to crop. Otherwise, I think the lighting is nice. The pose is really nice.
I've been doing this a lot today, but I would just warm up the lighting a tad.
Nice shot.
Nice. Explain. What's happening?
I feel like that's his mother. That's what the story says to me. I don't know if that's the case, but I don't know why. There's definitely a story here, right? Because he doesn't seem happy about this, and people typically smile in photos. And he has a picture on like a tablet, maybe. I guess the story isn't completely clear to me.
Well, maybe he could share in the comments.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it. And it's difficult because I can tell that this is telling a story, but I'm not clear on what the story is, so it's kind of hard for
Maybe
me
the
to
story
critique
is
it.
just, this is my mom.
Yeah,
She's
it almost
great.
feels like something that would be in a newspaper.
Oh.
Don't you
okay.
think, like, if it were a story of his loss of his mother,
Yeah.
this might be a good editorial style photo to accompany that story?
Okay.
But I don't know the story. Okay, I recognize this guy.
This is actually
John
John O'Keefe. I'm going to go out a little bit and say that this is a little bit of teamwork because I saw a picture online of a sign with the whole Te Amo Tequila thing,
Uh-huh.
and I sent it to Tigar, and then he took it and he recycled it and put it into this picture.
So you're trying to take credit for Tigar's self-portrait.
Yeah, this is actually mine now. I'm just saying there's a little bit of inspiration.
Okay, nice shot. Let's pop back to the slideshow. Oh, you want to plug our store?
Not really.
All right, forget it.
I already did it today. I haven't bought something yet. I don't think they'll ever love us. Just a little guilt. That's what my grandma does to me. You don't love me.
Chit Chat is where we read your YouTube comments.
Is
Really
it?
just the worst of the YouTube
Ricardo,
comments.
yo, I love you guys. Seriously, my fiance and I often blaze and watch this show. So tight. Good for you guys. Okay, you're
Thanks for letting
gonna
us
get
know.
married. You're just learning and blazing, and I can't judge you.
Do you feel like we should have a special, because April 20th is coming up, and I feel like that's like the marijuana enthusiasts. It's like St. Patrick's Day for marijuana enthusiasts. Like if you're into green beer, that's St. Patrick's Day.
When I was a
We should
teenager,
do something special
on
for the
420,
enthusiasts.
I set up a stand of popcorn and beverages, and I handed it out to all the stoned people for free.
I was with you for that, Chelsea.
Did you love it?
Yeah,
We had
I think
fun.
only one person stopped.
What?
I don't remember how many people stopped, but in my heart, everybody stopped.
There's
We
a big
were
difference
on
between one
a
and
very
everybody.
tiny road.
It was a great idea. I should do it this year too. Okay, so there's that. Ronald Dillard says, I've learned so much since I found you on YouTube. Do you travel throughout the country doing tutorials and holding photo seminars? That would be great. I'm near DC.
No.
We don't.
We don't do
We
that.
had like a photo walk. I don't know. We're pretty socially awkward.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit. I think we might try something and see if we're good at it. I feel like if we can reach thousands of people and teach them, it's better than reaching like 20 to 50, but some people like to learn one-on-one, so
We talk about it all the time.
we talk
I
about
was
it.
like, we really should do that. And then we're like, yeah, that seems like a lot of planning
I
and
get so
stuff.
scared. People
Chelsea doesn't like the idea of public speaking.
I get nervous.
Yeah.
I feel like also like if I meet somebody and they pay to meet me, I got to be great, and I don't know if I can. It's not
It's
great.
a lot to live up to.
There's a
huh?
lot to live up to. Okay. Thank you, though, Ronald. That's so nice that you think we should do that. So Joseph Estrella said, where did you get that umbrella? And Tony, you earnestly answered online somewhere. Amazon, probably? And I was like, that guy was totally dissing your umbrella.
Oh, yeah. He wasn't looking to buy that same umbrella.
He was saying, yeah,
I was trying
really
to be
sweet.
helpful.
You're so sweet.
Well, if you want to buy that umbrella, you could probably just Google rainbow umbrella, and I bet it comes up. I bought that for a photo shoot that we never did.
Yeah.
But then we were just testing color. It's not like, I want to make it clear, that's not the umbrella that I use on a day-to-day basis to keep rain off of me. It's not a functional umbrella.
This is getting to be very Tobias Funke.
Yeah. Yeah, when are people gonna figure this out? The rainbow
I
umbrellas.
proved myself. All right, let's go.
All
I
right,
thought that
you
was
got me
funny
on
because
that.
you were so sweet. You were like, I can help a man find an umbrella. And he's just like calling you out on your really not so cool umbrella.
You know what? I'm gonna take a look at the poll today, see what people
The pole.
are into.
It's like another Tobias Funke thing.
What? Oh, take a look
Polling.
at the pole.
Take a look at the poll.
I love polls.
Oh my god.
And frankly, the longer the poll, the better. So
Lord
people are into
help me.
landscapes more than anything, followed by wildlife, and then portraits.
Landscapes.
And everything else just kind of falls off after that. Automotive photography, should have put that one on the list.
One.
Okay, you can go to scp.io/poll2 to fill it out. Siobhan, we haven't heard from you, so I assume everything is super boring in the
Siobhan,
comment section.
Why is everything so boring?
Yeah, that's mostly true. I have a few questions for you if you'd like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quentin says, I'm buying a Sony a6000 in a couple of days. What's a good lens to go with it
Oh,
for
God.
traveling?
For travel, I think the kit lens is probably the best one. It's compact, it folds down really small. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit limited. Like, there aren't a great variety of lenses for that, but that's probably the best kit lens.
You should add it to the buying guide.
Yeah, there's some stuff in there about it, but I don't know. I also really like the 50mm f1.8. It's good for portraits and stuff, but it's not really like a travel lens.
Yeah, not really. Well, it kind of is. If you're doing street photography or something, maybe not wide enough for some small streets. Depends on where you're going.
Yeah, but it's good for getting some background blur if you need it, and sometimes you just want that effect.
Yeah, sometimes you do.
But that A6000 with the kit lens is like the perfect choice for
I like
travel.
that,
It's so
yeah.
nice and small.
Yeah.
Anything else, Siobhan?
Sorry.
Justin, if you get a good tweet,
Where did it
jump
go?
right in.
What dimensions would you recommend? Recommend for a nice studio for typical portrait work?
Oh, do you really have the option to choose?
Yeah, and I wish I had the numbers on hand, but this was a real challenge.
Yeah.
Because when we moved 4 years ago now, that was something we needed in the house, was a room that could handle a studio. And it's hard because the biggest factor is ceiling height. Standard ceilings simply will not work. You need
You
like
need to be able to lift your
11,
lights.
12-foot ceilings, or else it's just not manageable, and there just aren't many rooms like that. You want like wood floors or tile floors or concrete floors. Carpet doesn't really work especially well for you.
Yeah, because you have to roll your light stands and stuff.
But yeah, I'm not really prepared to cite specific examples. Like, I think you want to be able to back up at least 20 feet, and you need, I mean, the typical backdrop
What do you
is,
think our studio dimensions are? Because our studio isn't huge, but we get
Well-
by. And we used to do it in our 2-car garage, so you can definitely improvise.
which worked fine, except during the winter. In Connecticut, it
So
was miserable.
cold.
We have a 9-foot backdrop, and I would say there's probably like 4 feet on either side. So probably 17 feet the short way, and then maybe like 25 feet the long way.
Yeah.
And it's still tight.
Yeah.
We can get group photos done and that kind of thing, but if we had more space, that would be nice too.
Yeah.
But like I said, the biggest thing is probably high ceilings.
I think like just a lot of as much space as possible is the best. 'Cause there's so
you
many
never
things
have
I'd love
too
to do
much
in the
space.
studio,
Mhm.
and we don't have room.
Yeah, and like a 1-car garage, you could get it done in a typical 1-car garage,
Yeah.
but that would be tight too. A 2-car garage is definitely workable if you have higher ceilings in it.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like we
Okay.
answered the hell
we
out
did
of that
it.
question.
We answered it very thoroughly.
Okay, let's move on from Tigar here.
Oh my gosh, he loves
That is
it.
so
He's, you
beautiful.
know what? Be careful. You're gonna go the way of that Chinese guy if you keep up with that. Look at him. He just
You
loves
got
Please
Justin on
clarify
that
that
one.
you're talking about a specific Chinese man.
a specific Chinese man. I like him. He likes wine. He's so sweet to his camera.
I get it, and not to hone in on his relationship, but that tripod is just beautiful, isn't it? Look at that.
I'm getting
What is
jealous
that?
as
And
your
look
wife.
at that head.
I love you, camera.
Yeah. Sorry, that picture I found is really enthralling.
Oh, and this man likes leaves.
I like this picture a lot. It's unusual, but it's striking. There's a little bit of movement in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like this picture.
Yeah,
I'm
I like
meditating on
it too.
There's just something about it. I'm not sure what to say.
Someone's being handsome today. I know who this is, actually. I can't think of your name. I'm sorry, but I know you. That's good. Something about the skin tones are a little bit flat.
Yeah, maybe a little more contrast.
Wait.
I was taking a minute to process it, but I feel like a black background would work better here because of the mood.
Yeah.
It would be, because he has such a serious mood, a black background would just work better. A white background is better for like business portraits or for smiling or something. So a dark and moody background would be a little bit better. And moodier lighting would work a little bit better for you too, because the lighting is so kind of flat.
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
I'm dodging and burning. So you can do this with light, but it just, what I'm doing here is just adding more dimension to the face and the lighting. So you'll highlight the cheekbones, under the eyes, just the nose here. I'm doing a very sloppy job, but what this does is just contours the face more.
Yeah, you add a little more shape to it.
Yeah.
That actually made a difference. It was a subtle change, but you can see the difference right away. Nicely done.
You can do that with the lighting as well. Oh, I'm so scared.
Yeah, this is a cool shot. I feel like, how did he do this as a self-portrait? It could be multiple exposures stacked in post, but I feel like it was done with light painting. Oh, he's holding a flashlight underneath him, lighting it up, stepping forward, lighting it up, stepping forward, lighting it up again. So using light painting to essentially create multiple exposures in a single exposure. Very cool effect. And the low lighting, the under lighting adds that like creepy effect. I don't know why we associate uplighting with scary stuff, but for some reason we just do. And it definitely reads as scary. So you add a little more contrast to it. And I actually feel like for this kind of picture, black and white's okay, but I would actually add some grain to it.
Oh my gosh. So it seems like one of those old style Roswell pictures, because it's reading very alien to me.
Yeah, almost like a found picture. I will say it has a certain creepiness to it, and so to support that mood, the like polo shirt and white hoodie straps don't necessarily support that, but the hood itself does. So just something to think about. Maybe the wardrobe a little bit, but I like it. Very creative too.
Wait.
I'm so glad we haven't gotten just camera phone pictures.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Yeah, you guys have been very creative. You guys and gals. Where's your face at?
I was gonna say, I don't even know what to focus on there. I wish his face had a little bit of light, just a little glint of a catch light, and you control that by just positioning the light and making sure that it catches your eye just a little bit.
Oh, he's like very smoky.
Yeah, okay, so you are helping it out by processing it some. It's possible that it looks different on his monitor than it does on ours.
That happens.
But yeah, in general, you want to see a little bit on the histogram touching the right side.
Dang.
And the fog can get in the way. We find fog to be more useful when it's behind the subject, because at some point when it gets in front of the subject, it just kind of makes everything look blurry.
But I like it. It's interesting. You did something different.
Yeah. Wow.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's really compelling. I like that shot a lot.
This shot makes me think of that Gautier video.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Somebody that I used to know, that one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely.
It is. It's really nice.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic.
The only
fantastic
thing
detail in it.
that I can see wrong is that you can see, like, maybe they lightened right here or something, but do you see how the background, there's kind of like a halo?
I noticed the halo right away, too. Just be careful with the post-processing. At the same time, there's like a little bit of sensor dust or something down here. So it's such a perfect picture. You should just spend a little more time with the post,
Yeah.
clean up some of those distractions.
But it's an awesome picture. I love it.
Yeah, I'm giving this one 5 stars
yeah.
and a pick.
Yeah, it's
The
lovely.
highest compliment we can do. I love that picture.
Love
Fantastic
it.
shot. Okay. So this guy thought to bring 2 cameras with him.
Very smart.
The picture itself, though, so gray, don't you think? And I can feel, because he's looking off camera, it feels like there should be a story to it. I
Yeah.
do like going black and white.
You do?
Yeah, that helps out a lot, I think.
Is it
Because the
level?
little traces of color, like the color in his Canon camera strap, were almost a little
excuse
bit
me.
distracting.
Okay. Maybe a little Tony style crop.
I was thinking that too, pushing him like right against the left edge might even help.
You would have to unlock it. Oh, it's unlocked.
Yeah. Deep.
Just keep cropping. And then you said black and white.
I like the black and white.
And then I think
Okay. I like that better. I liked
Okay.
it before.
oh dang. You guys are getting crazy.
Yeah. So here we have a
You
long
guys
exposure,
okay?
0.8 of a second. So he moved his face around while shining a light on him. Maybe it looks like a green laser pointer, maybe?
That's
So-
dangerous.
Yes. Those things are, they can mess up your eyes. Maybe it's not a green laser pointer. I don't know. Turned out to be a cool effect though.
Yeah. Love the colors in this one.
Yeah, I do too. And an unusual crop at showing you just about everything you need to see about the face. I almost wonder if I wouldn't want to see more of his lips and less of his forehead.
I have a vision for this one.
Okay. I kind of want to uncrop it a little bit, like
You
move
do?
it down a little. Yeah, I wish I could just pull it down. Oh, I like the little more contrast. Gonna hit
I was
this
actually
and go with
going
that.
less contrast. I'd like to see this matte, but I don't know why I started doing this in Photoshop and now I can't remember how to do it in Lightroom. Oh well. Tony, what are you doing? You up to no good. Anyway, it's cool.
In summary, it's cool.
Anyway,
So this is a 30-second exposure with the Sony Alpha 7. And what our
Edward
photographer here has
flashlight
done.
hands.
So he's probably got one of those flashlights with a button on the back. And he's popping the button to make it light, and then moving it a little, popping it again, moving it a little, popping it again.
Pop.
Light painting, very creative. 30 seconds at ISO 1600 is enough to show some of the stars. Overall, the composition is great.
Yeah,
Rule
it's
of thirds composition. Just a well thought out
Love it.
picture. Beautifully done. I'm going to experiment by pulling up the shadows a little bit.
Oh, I like that even better.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. And again, with night, like, don't be afraid to leave some things bright white. It doesn't need to be all
Whoa,
dark.
look at this. Like, why would you hide all this detail, sir? Look at all of that.
Yeah, that road itself is really compelling, the way it's raised up.
Cool. Let's go into the blues and bring out those rays a little more.
Yeah, color temperature is one of those things you want to think about with night photography too. I always like my night photography pictures to be a little more on the blue side, and so many of the incandescent lights can be just ugly, like oranges and greens.
That looks cool.
Yeah, so check the before and after there.
Wow, that really changed it.
Yeah, I
Thank
find that a
you,
really
Tony
compelling
Northrup.
picture, and
Look at the fog.
I
That was a
can't
spooky night.
stop. This thing is distracting me, so I'm just gonna get rid of that.
You just gave that tree a extra branch. Great.
Beautiful shot.
Wow.
Well thought out. I appreciate you putting the time into that.
Yes. This is what I'm all about. Just a man and his lizard.
I'm trying to picture. He probably had to do the thing where he pushed the shutter button and then like ran around, but the whole time with the lizard. And you know, a selfie like that can be kind of a frantic thing, and he's got a lizard
like the
on his
color.
shoulder the whole time.
Yeah. And I love the lizard. Like, is that a bearded dragon? He's cute. I think Madeline has one of those.
I like that picture a lot, just
I
kind
do
of
too.
pondering it. I wish there were a little less negative space
Do
above
you
his
feel
head.
like they're in a band together?
It does seem like a.
Anybody?
It seems like he would
Like
have
a
gotten
ska band.
Yeah.
maybe he would have gotten kicked right off the pirate ship.
What?
Pirates sometimes have parrots on their shoulders.
Oh.
Oh, this is awesome.
lovely.
This makes me think of that movie Drive.
This is like,
Is that the
That is.
with the jacket? Yeah.
this person's like a model. Are you Nordic, sir? I feel like all those.
Yeah, those Nordic people are lucky, aren't they?
I hated when we went to Sweden and all of the men were prettier than me. I was like, stop it. Beautiful, windswept man. This is nice.
Yeah, fantastic pose. You know, your angles, the lighting is fantastic. Great processing. Great shot. Yeah. It's like a fashion mag.
Yeah, it does.
fashion ad.
I like this person.
Yeah, there's some haloing going on around
Yeah.
them with the processing. You could manually blend that to improve it, but we're probably the only people who notice. Otherwise, I feel like a great display of emotion. What's his or her name?
Nice,
Yes, it
subtle
sounds Greek.
watermark.
Oh.
Very cool.
A selfie multiple exposure.
Whoa, you just brought it to a new level. I love it.
Yes, this weird cutoff part there is unusual, though. So you might just crop in
I
around
don't
that.
know his life. Oh, this is Finn,
It's a selfie of a selfie.
and he's also
Oh,
levitating.
This is meta. And he, wow,
Nice one.
Whoa,
you gave us everything. I can't believe it.
he is not playing around today.
Thanks for sending that in. Nice shot.
Oh, this seems like the same person as before.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm not sure what the story here is. I feel like there should be a story.
I like this one.
I like that too. Nice and abstract.
The Darth Vader shirt. You did it.
Yeah, I don't have any suggestions for that.
I love this. Help me.
I like that picture a lot too. It made me laugh. There's nothing I can do to improve it. Nicely done. Okay, so I don't know who the selfie's of, but I assume it's the tattoo artist there.
How did he get that picture of himself?
I assume he just kind of set up a camera and was being like, "Trust me, I'll be paying attention to the work." Whoa,
I messed you up. Sorry,
that's
I did.
okay. We were fighting over the mouse.
I got a little excited. Are you going to try to go to black and white?
Oh yeah, you're
background's
probably right.
distracting
I was just fixing the color balance, but
There we go.
black and white definitely works better for me. But I like this kind of environmental shot, and I assume he cropped some in post, but it turned out really nice.
I like our viewers. They're like very cool people.
Yeah, I'm actually excited to see pictures of everybody. And we know these people are actually watching right now. Very cool.
I want to crop this. 'Cause
Really? Because it is all about the negative space. You feel like there's just too much, or you don't like the fact that you can see the edges of the door? Like you want the pattern to just kind of continue
Yeah,
off
I was
into
gonna
the
see
edge?
what it looked like, but I guess the hinges tell a story. But let's just see, because you know what? Sometimes you just gotta try things.
I was thinking square on that too.
I
I
liked it with the
like it
hinge.
better. Really, I was gonna say I like this crop better.
Well, let's
So-
bring out the shadows, because like I can't see this person. Cool. Now let's go black and white. Cool. It's getting cooler. I like it. Let's go. Let's just keep rolling. Oh.
He's got contacts as I do, and you can definitely see
Yeah, you
them.
can see them.
The kind of thing you might want to just retouch out. I do like it better in black and white.
But you know what? I love like his beard and stuff, and I kind of want to just bring that out with the black and white and
Yeah.
go with this manly, craggy thing he has going on.
Yeah.
It's got like business hair, but a man face. Let's keep that going.
Keep that going. Business hair, man face.
I'm gonna do a little sharpening on you. Don't be alarmed, sir. You won't.
Everything's going to be okay.
Everything's gonna be just fine. You look great. Let's see. You
Okay.
are so fancy.
I like it better with the edit.
You do?
Yeah, I like your edits.
Let's put a little white. I'm like all about this little feature. Okay, now let's see before and after. We did it.
Better. Chelsea's hold down the Alt key to get those things.
This guy looks like a jokester.
It feels a bit like a poster that a up.
Yeah,
You see him at the
he's a
like
comedian.
Mohegan Sun Casino when the comedians come in.
He's like Doug Benson or something.
Yeah. He's the
Yeah.
R-rated hypnotist.
But I kind of want this one in color
You can't go
because I
back to
feel like
color.
he should be like wearing primary colors and it would just be funnier.
hmm
He needs a bow tie.
Good luck on your stand-up career.
Is this Jesus? It's not.
It could be a phoenix.
We don't know.
I'm a little thrown by the treehouse. It's like such a serious and dramatic picture, and then there's like a treehouse there, or like a hunting.
Are you trying to imagine
thing.
the story?
Yeah. I guess I'm into it, except the treehouse.
Like maybe the kid fell from the treehouse and then was born again as a man.
Okay, you came up with a good story.
Jerry!
Jerry, how
The
you doing?
Jer Bear!
Um,
Jerry, you just look 100% good all the time.
yeah, there's something weird about the picture. It looks like printed in a newspaper and then scanned back in. I don't know why we're seeing those kind of artifacts in there. You see like vertical lines and stuff.
Oh. Oh, yeah. I can see it on this big screen. Well, I don't know. I like it. You have, like, beautiful hair. I'm not going to change it.
Reminds me of my childhood hero Willie Nelson. That is crazy.
That is spooky.
I
and
have
I
never
like
seen
it.
anything like that before. But yeah, creative. I like it a lot. Nothing I can do to improve that. I know people like this.
That's really funny.
feel like this is what Jared Poland's desk looks like.
Oh.
Yes.
Siobhan agrees. You went there, and I'm going to breeze on by it.
I'm so glad you broke your silence.
Yeah, I feel like he scanned in an old photo and then
Yeah.
put it on every medium
And then just went for it.
and then he did it.
This is meta selfie. I like that. That's
I
funny.
think it's like a commentary. I don't feel like this is one of our readers. This looks like they stole that picture from the internet. That's all
This
I-
one slipped through. That was not my fault.
Okay. Another very serious picture. Lots of guys with the serious selfies. I feel like,
Yeah.
yeah, guys feel more comfortable being moody like that. What about his choice of plaid?
Plaid's not bad. You're wearing it.
Yeah, oh, I like plaid, but does it complement the
I-
mood of the photo? Is what I'm asking.
Well,
the
because
mood
it's like
feels so
cheery
serious.
colors like red and blue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You
That's
know-
like a picnic shirt, but he's dressed for like murder,
No.
or you know, like
What?
the lighting and the dark background makes it seem like he's ready for murder.
Well, it's.
I don't know what his
I
evening
think it's
plans
more like
are.
the one hidden eye mixed with the expression. Like he has a serious expression,
Yeah.
but then one eye's covered. It's like, I don't know. It looks spooky, and you're right.
Yeah, it does look spooky. I'm just saying, wear your spooky shirt,
Oh, what is
or
that?
if you're gonna wear that shirt, you know, the
Okay.
one that says
Spooky.
"I heart murder."
Oh. Yeah, wear your I Heart Murder shirt.
It's a little green too, like the color temperature is just a little off.
I like that with the color temperature change. I like this picture. It's very good.
Trying to go to the next picture. Is that it for the
Is
picture?
that it?
Oh, okay. I'll
Oh my
insert. I think we have some
gosh.
more. I can import
Oh,
some
I
more
saw a child.
pictures. If you have something else, Siobhan or Justin, if you have tweets or something, you can
Yeah,
jump
I
in.
have questions.
Go for
Also,
it.
my family just came home, so it's loud in here. Sorry. Johnny Longname wants to know if Tony wears pants behind his desk.
Yeah, he does.
If I what?
Wear pants behind the desk. He does.
What an odd question.
What an odd question. It's Johnny Longname.
That's when I told people to up their question game. Someone wants to know if focus peaking works with manual lenses or do the regular lenses have to be used? If I want to use legacy glass, is there a good mirrorless for manual focusing?
Yeah, focus peaking works with any lens. Adaptive lenses, anything, it works pretty well.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll give Siobhan a chance to catch up with her family. How do you feel about Squarespace, Chelsea? Like, do you love them or hate them?
I love them.
They do pay you
And-
to say that.
No, they don't.
They
They
don't pay you.
sponsor the show and they tell me to read this paper. So yeah, maybe they kind of do. But I actually do really like them, and I've used maybe like 3 other portfolios. I'll leave them unnamed, and one I didn't even finish because it was so frustrating. And the others, I just never really liked how they looked, so I never finished them because like the design part was hard and the pictures never came out the right size and stuff. And Squarespace is super simple. It's really attractive. They have a lot of different templates. The design is all very cohesive for you, so it's easy. A lot of drag and drop. Oh, you're going through one now. You can see.
This is mine. You might recognize some of these.
Yeah, I recognize. You can see Tony's at northropphotography.com. You can see my Squarespace portfolio at chelseanorthrop.com. And you can try it out yourself at squarespace.com. Use the offer Photo Live. You'll get 10% off. Or if you don't want to buy it, you can just get 14 days free. I think that you'll really like it.
Yeah, and it's just super easy to set up. Let me see if I'm not sure I know my password here, but I just hit the escape key and logged right in, and you can see you can go in and design your pages.
I like the analytics.
And if I decide I want to change the order of pictures or get rid of something, it's really literally just a drag and drop procedure like that. It's so easy to do. You don't have to be a technical genius. The analytics are, it's very cool to see the people coming in. They call them metrics. So here's our traffic overview, and we can see how many people have been visiting the site. So we can see that, what is this, views per day. We can see I'm getting, between 300 and 500 views every day, kind of up and down there. You can go through and see exactly which pages people are visiting, and it really helps to fine-tune your portfolio.
Yeah.
Anyway, Squarespace makes everything super, super easy to set up. Everything works on mobile devices just perfectly. No testing, no HTML skills, but if you have those skills, if you know how to work CSS, you can go in and customize just every aspect of it. Check out Squarespace. It's free to try out for 14 days. Just go to squarespace.com/Tony, and if you decide to sign up after 14 days, use the coupon code PHOTONEWS, and they'll give you a 10% discount, and it'll let them know it came from us. We don't get paid.
Yeah.
Except, well, we don't get paid when you sign up, but they do sponsor these shows.
They sponsor
So
our
thank you,
shows.
Squarespace. We'll take a look at a few more pictures.
I think it's about time
yeah.
to wrap things up, but we
We
have
have a few
time
more
for a
minutes.
few more pictures.
Next
Next
week-
week, our theme is spring. Think
Interpret that how you will.
daffodils, think eggs, think, I don't know, what else happens in the spring?
New growth.
New growth, green things.
Yeah.
Things being born.
Okay, let's take a look at a few more selfies.
This is a dapper gentleman if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, his pants are completely lost, though.
He lost his pants.
So anytime you're on a black background like that, yeah, so
There
you
they
could
are.
just raise the shadows. It looks like he might have his phone in his pocket. That's something to watch.
Your
Breaks the line
phone in
of
your
the pants.
pocket?
Maybe not, but go ahead and pull it out.
Siobhan liked it.
You want to kick your light in there, just something that hits it hard, a hard light, even from behind, just to rim light it a little
Mhm.
bit, add a little texture. And if you don't do that, then you can go in and raise the
How did
shadows
that backdrop
selectively.
so black?
Yeah, he must have
Is that
deleted
for
it because
real?
no black backdrop is ever quite that perfect.
I actually think maybe if it were a little less black, it would be better.
Yeah, sometimes pure black like that looks unnatural. Also,
feel like
the
he's-
mood is so happy, a white backdrop might have felt normal, like more just fitting of the mood. Yeah, he definitely went in and deleted because you can see some artifacts around his hair there. See how it's just like cut off. And watch that too as you go through and remove stuff.
I
Most
want to
people
see
won't
you do
notice.
this picture. Bring that outfit back because I'm loving that so much. You're such a gentleman, and I just want to see you with like books like this, a little bit of this, maybe a smoking jacket. Think about it.
Cool shot. He's working the light. He clearly thought out the composition.
Yeah.
I love this picture.
I like
Great
that
use of
a lot.
negative space too.
Simple, but you nailed it. This is a great picture.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna
this is
brighten
telling
this
us something about him. The crop is a little bit uncomfortable though I wish I could see more of that watch. That watch is banging.
That watch is. Come on, Tony. You're
Uh,
gonna be just like that guy in China with your watch hobby.
I am going in that direction. I am definitely going to crop this picture a little bit.
You are. This
Yeah.
looks like it would be in
The
a.
balance, because he's a little left of center and he's facing off to the left. But also the crop is at an uncomfortable place. You don't want to crop in the middle of a hand like this. You want to be like between joints, like some of our viewers right now, like between the elbow and the wrist. Yeah, that's better.
Okay, I'm gonna put a little space here.
Yeah, and that still tells the same story. He's into comics, but I like that his portrait tells us
He's
a
not
little bit
just
about
into
him.
them. He lives them. And X-Men, that's a
lives
great
them.
comic. I'm like Wolverine, actually.
That's a fantastic shot.
Yeah, but we need to.
How did he get that as a selfie? He set up the tripod
No.
on the escalator?
I think the simple answer is that he's a liar.
You think it's just not a selfie? I
don't
believe
trust
him.
people anymore.
This guy has the face of trustworthiness.
Let me check.
What are you gonna do? You looking for a reflection in his glasses or something? You've gone all CSI on this.
Zoom in.
Enhance.
Enhance. Whip, whip, whip. What's this? A rainy day?
A very cool shot though. The head is weirding me out. It almost looks like a
I think they have a hat on.
clown head.
That's
or
a
something.
very cool picture.
Yeah, I like the rain
viewer.
a lot. What is it though? Is it?
What?
Oh, it's in another building. You think?
I think it's
or
the reflection of the
The-
building.
the rain. I mean. Oh,
It's a.
Hmm.
What?
I'm just trying to figure out how they took it, but it's cool.
It's cool.
compelling.
It's cool. You took this?
So this is kind of the classic. Here I am, in front of someplace cool.
Here I am.
I
Eating
call it
a
like an
sandwich.
evidence picture. Look, I actually visited this place.
Well, like, what's the point? If you
If
can't.
nobody knows, right?
Yeah.
Compositionally, it would have been a little stronger if you could have gotten that camera a little bit lower to the ground and pointed it up a little more. It would have moved
I like
your
it though.
body up a little
Her
higher,
mood is excellent.
balancing it better. Yeah, and I like the not looking at the camera thing. It
Yeah.
turned out nice, and the light on your face is really nice.
It's great.
Turned out good. Oh,
What?
the Aurora
I'm
Borealis.
so jealous.
We've been trying to rally some energy to.
not
get out to
energy.
Iceland
we
or
wanted to go
something.
to Iceland, but it was
It's
like
just we just read about how cold it is.
it's very cold. We started planning a
You
trip.
can
With,
only see it when it's very like inhuman cold.
it's yeah. It's
I like Raising the Shadows. What do you think, Chelsea? Should he have focused on the trees or himself?
himself.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean,
Himself.
it's tough. Well, you know what? If he did that, then all these stars would have been out of focus too. So maybe
That's
he made the
true.
right choice.
Maybe a
And you can't like shut the aperture down with stars or else you'll get star trails. So he pretty much had to shoot wide open. Great job.
Great job. You did.
Yeah, I think he made the right choices.
We're going to Spain in a few weeks. We should see if any Spanish people would like to see us.
Yeah, yeah, Barcelona specifically. No,
Madrid.
Madrid.
Wait, are you taking me with you?
No, sorry.
Oh.
but we'll take you somewhere one day. Just tell people to buy our buying guide, then we can take you somewhere with us.
Guys, buy so many books, please.
For Siobhan.
Thanks.
But do it for Siobhan.
So I'm just trying to reduce the contrast in the scene a little bit, just raise the foreground a little bit. I raised the shadow some and dropped the blacks to bring the contrast back.
I love it.
Yeah, and again, it's nice. It tells us something about him. He's wearing a scooter store T-shirt, and
What?
I'm just thinking about whether his scooter can handle that kind of terrain.
Well, I
Do
don't
they
know.
make scooters that like off-road?
You know, I don't know a lot about scooters, but I'm going to say no.
Oh, we saw her portfolio last week, I think, or the week
Is
before.
this Lynette?
Yeah, I recognize
I love
her.
this picture.
Yeah,
I like the God rays.
nice shot.
Nice.
I think I recognize him too.
Nice,
Um,
nice, nice.
I like it a
know,
lot.
I really like seeing our viewers. It's like we get to connect people to all those crazy comments.
It's controversial whether you crop into the hairline or not, but I'm
It's
a fan.
controversial.
Tells the same story, brings the face out forward a little bit more.
You know what I think is more controversial? You trying to talk smack on J-Po. J-Po is not going to be pleased, so I'm going to tell him myself.
I'm just saying, the guy has shirts with his own face on it.
Well, that's a valid point. But don't judge a man until you've walked
He's
a
got
mile
a
in.
table with his own face on it. I just imagine his whole world is his face everywhere. I don't know.
Okay, well, that's his thing.
Does he even need a mirror?
It's not his literal face.
A nice, thoughtful expression. When you're looking off camera like that, it changes from being a portrait to almost being a story.
Yeah,
And
a nice picture.
yeah, the mood here is kind of serious. Dressed nicely too.
He is. I like all these fancy people. Look at this family.
Yeah, a big family portrait, gathered everybody together. I like the choice of location, the background, the lighting actually looked really nice for such a big group, and especially for a self-portrait.
Wait, is it just me or could it be a little brighter?
I feel like this guy here in the back is our photographer.
Oh, because he just ran in there?
That's my guess, because you know it's not the gray-haired guy front and center, because there's no way he could get into that position.
What about this guy? He could do that.
I'm sure he could, but I'm picking the guy in the back. Who do you think is the photographer?
I'm going to say her because I'm not sexist. Gotcha. Just
Siobhan,
teasing.
who do you think is the photographer?
Siobhan's sexist. You can't ask her.
Oh God. Yeah, I would say the guy in the middle.
The guy in the middle, this guy?
No, what? Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the screen that's not live. No, I guess it would be too hard to get in the middle. I guess it should be the guy on the outside.
Orange shirt.
Orange or blue shirt guy?
Blue shirt.
All
Blue
right,
shirt.
you're right.
Stuff down here.
Yeah, we want to get that out. We want to clone it out or whatever. It's just a distraction, so it's easy to do. Look at that. Look how easy.
Yeah, that looks great.
That looks better. All right.
This is the thing.
Another
you guys
serious
are looking
shot.
good. Let's brighten it.
The composition's a little unbalanced because of the very bright and very green foliage over here.
Oh my gosh.
Picture left or picture right.
Let's do like,
What you doing?
well, I'm just getting a little fast and loose with,
Oh man, that's what Dr. McGillicuddy's does to Chelsea. When she's out of control.
I messed it up, so forget it.
Thanks for
Forget I
sending
did
that in.
anything.
I'm sorry we don't have any.
If I had the time, I could do what I wanted to do, but I don't. And I didn't even really drink my Dr. McGillicuddy's. I'm saving that for later. Things are gonna get wild around here. Take a nap. What?
This guy makes me think of Hemingway.
This man.
But we have some ironing to do before the photo shoot.
Oh man, you're gonna.
You gotta
call him-
iron
You're
stuff.
gonna call him out like that on his wrinkles.
He's got to iron the backdrop, which is a pain, and the shirt. But black especially just shows off all that texture. Otherwise, I think it's a perfect shot.
Yeah, I like his expression.
Great contrast in it.
So
yeah,
much
great
good
expression.
facial hair happening.
Yeah. What are you thinking about?
I don't know about this one.
Why? Seems like a really sweet shot. It's really well composed.
I think I'm just projecting because I don't like people near my pregnant belly.
Are you saying you're pregnant?
No.
I was just gonna say, cue the commenter frenzy.
I think that picture sounds great. I don't know what Chelsea's reaction is about.
I don't know. It's personal. I think it's the
beautiful,
picture's
nice
fine.
processing.
I don't know why that weirds me out a little.
Another selfie of a selfie.
Ooh, selfie-ception. Justin Jinx.
Wow,
You owe me
that
a
is-
Dr. McGillicuddy.
That was such a bizarre coincidence. That's not something people say. This almost feels like a stock photo, don't you
It
think?
does look like a stock photo. That's not something people say. Yeah, it does. I like this picture a lot.
Yeah, it turned out cool. Okay, we'll try to get
Oh,
through
we've
some
seen
of
this
these.
dude's pictures before.
Oh
cool.
yeah, we have seen this in a portfolio. It's a little washed out. I didn't even need to look at the histogram. I just saw it. We want that background to be nice and bright and white and just
Okay.
get as much contrast as possible in the foreground. I do feel like this is like advertising
Yeah.
for his website or something.
It reminds me that I need a haircut. Chandler, you little rascal. Chandler, you rascal.
That's awesome.
I know, he's always doing cool stuff in the group. But if he's in our group, I know that he's seen, heard, and spoken some evil. So Chandler, I'm going to call you out.
The backdrop needs a little more shadow. So he went in and cleaned up the backdrop to make it perfectly
Yeah.
white, and you actually
You
it
need
feels like you're
shadows.
floating unless you have a little bit of shadow.
So you need some shadows underneath you.
A little more
and
shadow, just leave it in. I can see you
loving
went
this
in
place.
and cloned it out. Just leave it in there.
Chandler's a man.
So this has some heavy processing
Yeah,
on
this is like very interesting.
it. There's a lot of grain, so
I'm
it
gonna say
almost
just a
feels
little
surreal.
bit too much blur over the bridge, but other than that, I like it. It's a dreamy, candid kind of feel, and that's cool.
Yeah, it does have some mood.
Oh, selfie of a selfie.
Will.
Well,
Yeah, another selfie of a selfie. This has become a theme. This is a thing I didn't know about. Selfieception.
okay, I
Yeah,
like
I
it.
agree with the brightening. I like the shot too.
Oh, this person goes places for their selfies. I think I might zoom because there's like all of this down here I don't even care about.
Yes, and one thing,
What?
if you have a person in a picture with a horizon, I really like their head and shoulders to break the line of the horizon.
You do.
Yeah, because it adds so much depth in it. If his head were up here and his shoulders were here, so you do that by just getting the camera a little bit lower.
Okay.
That would also, right now, because the camera is a little high and looking down on him, with a fairly wide angle, it's giving him kind of like unusually short legs. But lowering it down would balance that out a little bit better and break
Okay.
the line of the horizon. Otherwise, cool location shot, and actually, really
I
cool
miss
location.
Chandler.
Wonder where that. You want to go back to Chandler for a little while and just.
Is it Chandler or Chandler?
No, it's Chandler.
I was saying his name wrong, so I apologize.
The only thing that bothers me about Chandler's picture is that there's a little more space on one side than on the other.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Siobhan, you give her the tools.
You're
and
right. Slightly unbalanced.
Maybe maybe that's what he was going for. That was his message. This is just like that Jeff.
Yeah, Dreaming with Jeff.
Yeah,
Oh, you're right. This is like streaming with Jeff.
I like it.
I like it too. It is
Let's-
interesting.
I
There's
like it
some
both.
oddness with the like feathering here, like the edges.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
a little weird, but that can be hard.
I
You
can
do want to shoot it on just like a clean black background, so you don't have to
That's
kind
cool.
of fool with it.
Look at these two.
Oh, that's really
That's
cute.
so sweet.
Yeah, that
I
is
bet
really
this is a
sweet.
couple that
Feels very
places when
genuine.
they watch us.
Don't accuse them of that. We don't know.
All right, I'm really sorry. That was so rude. You probably, I don't know what you do. I don't know you.
It's a cute shot. I like the use of bright colors. Very nice.
awesome, awesome.
Yeah, I hope he had his camera on a timer. Nice sleep, and he broke the line of the horizon.
I want to crop it.
Adds a lot of depth to it. Yeah, you're right. We don't necessarily need all of that, and that will make it seem.
And that will make you look higher.
Yeah, and you got rid of that sign.
And I know
which is
you were
nice.
doing that whole pattern thing with the lights, but you still have that. That was a good idea, but. Who is
Speaking of
this?
high,
Speaking of. How do you do it? This is Quidditch.
yeah, a few distractions here that we could probably get rid of.
Hold on. I've never been so overwhelmed. Hold on a second. Let's bring up this. Let's bring up the shadows. Let's maybe crop it a little. We're running over, aren't we? But they're just being crazy this week.
Yeah, I'm just so excited to see pictures of our viewers. Saw that guy already.
Uh-oh.
So many of that guy. I was hoping the
Whoa.
Illuminati guy would send his portrait in so we could finally figure out who it was.
No, he would never do that.
I just assumed
No,
he could
he
not resist.
totally did. The first week that he like bombed us with hundreds of submissions, there were pictures of like him and his friends, I assume, and he was like a high schooler.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? I
Yeah,
didn't
that
know
all
we
makes
knew who
sense.
the Illuminati guy. All right, Siobhan's got your number.
Yeah. Siobhan, let's do a reverse image search on that and we'll find his Facebook and then we'll bomb him with stuff.
I wish I could. We totally deleted all of those.
This is cool.
Yeah, this definitely made me ponder it for a little bit. I don't know if
We're
it's a comp or
pondering.
not,
We're
but
pondering.
I like it a lot.
I don't think it's a comp, but I like it.
No, I think you're right. I think he took his picture in somebody else's eye.
Very thoughtful. I'm going to say the skin tones look a little underexposed. So you know what I'm going to do for you? Let's bring them up a smidgen. Like it. Oh, that's the end. Is it?
What's the
No.
last one?
No, that was wrong.
Yeah, we
So
got that.
many.
Oh, I love that
The
shot.
book is reading the man. The book is reading the man.
Great shot. That's a nice
nice.
one. Might have missed focus a little bit. It can be really tough with selfies. Got to give yourself a little extra depth of field.
You go places.
Another case, lower camera angle, bring your body up a little bit more in the frame. Oh, you're flipping through for me.
Like the lighting.
We have comic book guy, Star Wars guy. I don't know. I feel like we have good percentage of nerds in our audience.
Oh my
Don't you
God,
think?
how can you say that about them?
What? How dare you act like nerds is a negative word? We
Oh.
own nerds.
Oh, you got
okay?
me. Okay, you got me.
I consider myself.
People think
a
that N
nerd.
in the background is for Northrop,
Yeah,
but
no,
it's
it's
really
for nerds.
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 What's
Okay.
this cool guy doing in the Nerd Fest?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Maybe if we had like a soccer ball or something. I feel like we need something else there. Something.
Yeah.
But it turned out. Oh, sorry.
No,
we
I'm
skipped over
doing
her.
it. This is
You
my
drive.
life. You're lovely. This lady's lovely.
Yeah. The rule of space is being violated here.
Yeah,
How do you
but
feel about that?
I feel
Should
good
she
about
have moved
it.
herself to the right third?
No, I'm okay with it.
Okay. All right.
Whoa. Love it.
Cool shot. Love the super wide angle on that.
You look that beautiful in the morning.
Yeah, I feel like this is the first like literal selfie that we've
Maybe
seen,
this
like
is one of those
Facebook
fake
style
selfies. Like I see on Instagram, celebrities do that, and they're like, "Just woke up like this," and they have like false lashes on. I'm like, what do you take me for?
That's when you go to bed at like 4 a.m. and then wake up at 6.
Yeah, I think they mean they just woke up because they fell asleep while their makeup person was doing makeup for 3 hours. They're like, just woke up from the makeup chair. Ooh,
I love this shot.
you are salty, sir. I like it.
Yeah, I even want to bring up the clarity just a little more, just add a little more character to it.
Yes.
Fantastic shot. Oh, and then look at how small his watermark
Oh
is.
my gosh, you are a man
John
of
Campbell.
taste.
Nice shot. Great. Just great.
Love it.
Everything.
Love it, love it, love it.
Wait.
love it.
5 stars. Great. Okay.
5 pick. This one I like, but I think I'm going to lower the exposure on this a little bit.
Yeah, it felt a little hot to me.
And because it's a little bit hot, oh, see the hat? This is a problem with hats in pictures. It can block the light in the eyes and put them in shadow.
Mhm.
And then the same thing here. Can you see how hot this is right here? What this does is it gives you no jawline. So you want to be careful with your light. You don't want to light up under your neck because then it makes it look like you have no neck. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make this brush smaller with my left bracket tool, and I'm just going to just give a little definition under here and give you some shadow in this part.
She's burning.
I'm burning you, bro. I got your back.
Yeah, that helped a lot. You want shadows underneath the chin.
Yes, yes, yes.
And if you
yes.
can't get it at the time of shooting, then you have to go in and add it. But otherwise, you get no definition.
And let's press Y, and then
Yeah.
you can just see.
Yeah, definitely better. Nicely done.
Thank you.
No,
Well,
you're the man.
No, you. No, you, sir. I like it.
I like that too.
I mean, how could you not?
Yeah.
You can't even touch this.
No.
I don't even want to touch it.
What could you do to it?
What could you do? You, I know you, sir. Is your name Kyle? Maybe. I like
so.
your portrait. I hope so.
I like it too. I can't believe that's a selfie that he got such shallow depth of field.
Yeah.
I don't know how he managed to nail the focus on his eyes.
Well, he's got skill.
but I'll take your word for
and,
it. Nicely done.
He's got nice eyes, and uh-oh. I feel like this is like the scene when someone sits you down for a stern talking to.
I feel like this is another like environmental portrait. Like it tells us something about him. He likes being outside. He likes fire.
Oops. Gotta lock this crop.
Yeah, I wanted to pull that in a little bit too. Just simplify it a little bit, kind of balance it between the two elements here. A couple of distractions in the background. Nice shot.
Dang. This guy's doing things.
Another case where ironing the backdrop would definitely help. But
Well,
otherwise,
also,
I like
you know
the
what else
story of
helps?
it.
Just step away from the backdrop and it will be more blurred.
Give yourself
Whoa,
some
why
distance.
are all of you just nonstop cool?
This guy is just a dapper gentleman, don't you think?
Dapper as hell.
Yeah. Just want to crop in a little bit to move his eyes up close to the top third, but great shot.
Love
All right.
this. Gonna go black and white.
Yeah. I kind of like, well, I like it both ways, but
Then I'm
I
gonna
like the color.
Bring up the shadows, bring down the blacks a little bit, bring up the clarity, and then we get this like larger than life kind of. This is
My only beef with it is that the story in it is so clear. I wish he weren't on his phone. Like, doesn't that seem?
that's a part of it. He's probably selling some of that stuff on eBay.
I wish you were like machining something, or.
What happened?
Well, I think the guy went to like the top of Everest or something
Why'd
and
he
took a
do
picture.
it? Did you know all the poop on Everest is polluting?
Yeah, I hear there's like a problem with poop and
Everyone's
dead bodies
pooping
and
on
stuff.
Everest. It's like I never do anything cool. You know? You hear that and you realize, have I really lived?
Yeah, unless you've watched a couple of Sherpas die carrying your stuff, you haven't really lived.
I wonder.
Do you feel like they're really dismissive when the Sherpas die? They always tell the story like, we attempted to go to the peak of Everest today, but we lost another 2 Sherpas.
Wait. Who?
And also, I broke my bottle of wine.
Wait.
I was really upset about the wine.
Whoa, can you just back this up? Like, who do you know that's losing Sherpas?
Oh, most people in my circle. The Illuminati. I mean,
We can't joke about the Illuminati. People not only believe in them, but they think it's very serious.
great portrait, nice and happy. He's got his head tilted towards the camera, which makes him feel very friendly.
He is friendly.
I like the color in
He
it.
has love in his eyes.
Double exposure, showing his Lightroom with a customized font in there. Nicely done. Ah, very serious portrait. like
I
this
think
one a
maybe
lot.
a little bit too much smoothing, but I like the composition. I like your expression. Maybe dial it back on the smoothing a little bit. It's
Yeah,
kind of a
I
really
totally agree.
unfair double standard. Like women can just smooth themselves into oblivion.
The
you like this.
Illuminati guy. He got in.
Yeah, but I don't.
I don't believe this is the Illuminati guy.
No.
It was a cool shot, though.
Hey, this looks just like the guy from SNL. You probably get that a lot. The Weekend News guy?
Oh, yeah, I see it now. You're right in brightening it up. Even though it's low key, I didn't mind. I wouldn't have raised the shadows, but I did like the whole thing brighter.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Oh,
Aw,
that's a really sweet picture.
Y'all are
Beautiful black
sweet.
background blur. Perfectly done. I love the color in it.
Captain Jack? Is that you?
Great shot. I can't believe you nailed the focus that precisely on your eye for a selfie, but it turned out really
I feel
nice.
like we could have a whole theme on fantastic beards and get enough pictures.
Yeah, probably so.
Look at all these.
I love this thoughtful picture too.
Tony, will
Seems
you
like a
grow
cowboy.
your thing out again?
If you want me to grow my thing out, I'll grow my thing out.
That sounds real wrong when you say it like that.
But you have to decide now. Goatee? Are we going back to the goatee?
Go to it. Go to
No,
it.
don't do it.
What? Siobhan says no, but her
Siobhan
opinion doesn't
doesn't
matter
like it?
nearly as much as Chelsea's.
Sean, he looks so nice. Like a little...
Why don't
I
you like the
hate
goatee?
goatees.
Yeah, but
I think they're the worst facial hair.
Oh,
I feel like you're being a
Go
real...
full beard or go home.
He
But the
can't.
goatee is my full beard.
That's his full beard.
You're discriminating against the
She's so
facial
sexist.
focally challenged. That's
She's
all I can
dying
grow.
I know.
Sorry I don't have the genes for your full beard.
Sorry, he's not man enough for Siobhan.
Joy grows in my heart when you call me a sexist.
She's the least sexist person I know. That's why it's fun for me to call her that. This picture's beautiful.
This has
Hey,
got to
this is
be the
comic
same.
book guy.
Yeah.
That or their soulmates living on the other side
Yes.
of the world. They both have comic book walls.
You have to meet the other person if
I
you
let them both through because they're two different people, so I figured maybe they both took selfies together, and I really liked them.
Yeah, I like both those shots a lot.
People. Let's just press Y. I just brought up the highlights a little bit. You can see the first one, the skin tones are just very gray. And here it makes the skin look more luminous when you bring up the whites.
The pose is really thoughtful. I like the pose a lot.
Her pose is
I-
beautiful.
I kind of wish her toes weren't hidden there.
I
one
think that
minor
she
thing, it
knows what
bumps me
she's
a little
doing
bit.
with her toes.
Okay.
Because I have monkey toes, and that's what I would do. This man looks just like someone I know. Siobhan, James Besaid. She just laughs. Exactly like someone we know.
Great
You're
shot, nice colors. I like the glint in
good
the eye.
colors. You're a handsome man. I'm going to bring up that just a little bit. Teen Studios.
All right,
Cool.
this guy is cool. Not as cool
Hey,
as the
what's
comic book
this?
people, but
Oh, to sit upright, he needs like training wheels.
yeah. This is the most emasculating thing you could have said. Woo! We got through them. Thanks so much for submitting your pictures.
You almost made me spit out my drink.
I don't know why I can't get. Okay.
Mm.
Uh,
How much? What? We were on time. We're 24 minutes over.
you guys
Whoa.
owe us. That's extra time.
Owe us.
Send your money in.
Just give us $1 or a candy.
Next week we're taking pictures of spring photos. We have a sale going on right now. If you decide you want to give us some money, it's somewhere in here.
It's like the third slide or something. It's $60.
Oh, right. Go to
That's kind of a lot.
scp.io/spring.
I mean, it's a really good deal. You get like 7 hours of video training, but if you, like some people don't have $60, you can get an ebook for $9.99. You ask us so many questions about gear. Please buy the book. It's like more cost effective for everyone.
Thank
Except-
you, Squarespace, for sponsoring us. Our poll results, landscapes, by far the most popular. Surprising. Followed by wildlife and portraits, then street and night photography. We clearly need to put more energy into street photography. This is something we haven't done enough of.
Yeah.
See you next week at 5 o'clock. You can submit your photos live.
Thank you,
Spring photos next
Squarespace.
week. Thanks.
Thank you,
Bye.
Siobhan.
Thanks, Siobhan.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Justin.
Justin.
Thank you, McGillicuddy.
Didn't talk to Justin enough this week.
Justin.
He has
Siobhan
important
stole the
things to
show
say.
with all of her sexism.
There's Justin.
We're out.
Bye, guys.
Out.